Have you ever noticed how different companies seem to have unique personalities? Let's take a look at organizational culture. If you've worked for several different companies, you've probably noticed that each organization has its own way of doing things. Differences in how companies operate and how employees act signal what is called organizational culture. Organizational culture is the set of basic assumptions, values, and beliefs of a company's members. In some ways, it's useful to think about a culture as the informal or unwritten side of organizations. These values and beliefs are not necessarily spelled out, but are of a great deal of importance. There's no predetermined list of types of cultures that companies can choose from. Each company has its own distinct and unique culture. Some cultures may be more bureaucratic in nature than others, valuing rules, formalization, and hierarchy as the appropriate ways of doing business. Other cultures may be more entrepreneurial in nature than others, emphasizing creativity, knowledge exchange, and innovation. While employees might not be able to clearly articulate the exact culture of their company, most employees understand that within their organization there are certain ways of doing things, making decisions, and interacting with each other as well as with customers. Similarly, the actions of top managers and the HR practices used to manage employees send messages to employees that signal the values and behaviors that are most appropriate. Organizational culture influences employee management in several ways. The culture of the company affects managerial decisions about which specific practices to use with regard to work design and workforce planning, building of competencies, and management of attitudes and behaviors. The culture of a company also influences the effectiveness of different HR practices. And finally, the strength of culture further influences the effectiveness of employee management practices. It is possible, however, that a strong culture might conflict with company goals. This is most likely to happen when companies make strategic changes without considering the cultural values of the organization.